8:30 this Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. We're continuing our coverage of some breaking news out of Macedon this morning. A large first responder presence around Hance Road and Route 31F.
Chris Lopez is live there this morning at the scene. Chris, have you learned any new information? Are there any developments in this story?
Yeah, so we just got a major development by Sheriff Milby of Wayne County Sheriffs. Bear with me, it was just a few minutes ago, actually. He told us that about 4 o'clock this morning, they received a call that a car had gone off the road here and into the pond. All first responders responded to that, and just a few minutes ago, they actually found that car in the pond and that there was a woman inside that vehicle. And now it is a recovery effort to recover the body out of that vehicle. Those are the major updates that we had for this morning. They're asking us to, in terms of identifying that woman, they're telling us to execute extreme discretion because they have yet to identify the family and next of kin of that woman. Guys, back to you.
And Chris, there was a pretty large first responder presence there, which we are seeing right now in video. Has the scene kind of calmed down a little bit? Are there crews that are leaving the scene now that the car's been discovered, or is it still pretty active there?
No. Abby, no, actually, the scene has kind of ramped up in a way. They've really taken to covering this entire scene. They've moved a few cars in the way of where you can see where you would be able to see the pond right now. It wasn't like that earlier this morning. There were bits and pieces where we could see through and we could see what was going on. But within the last hour, I believe, and that's probably when they identified that car in there, they started to move cars in place so we couldn't see anything. I tried to get a better vantage point in different spots, but we were told we couldn't be in certain places, and they would move cars in front of us so they would block our view of that. So in a way, it did ramp up. No more first responders did arrive on the scene, but they all seemed to congregate around a certain area, and I believe that's where they found that car at.
And Chris, just to confirm, we don't know how that vehicle ended up in the water, correct? We don't know the circumstances surrounding that, I should say.
No, Dan, that's a good question, but the sheriff did not elaborate on that. He was very brief in what he told us. He gave us the facts and just the facts, and he said that additional information would be put out in a press release later today.
All right, Chris, last question. And, you know, I know that you just learned that information just a couple seconds before we went on the air, so I appreciate you listening to these questions and answering them the best you can. Curious to know who made the 911 call. Was it anybody inside the car? Was it somebody, a passerby, another driver on the road? Did the sheriff give any information related to that?
Yeah, that was actually a question that came up, and the sheriff did not respond to that question. He said that that would come out later in the press release.
Okay.
All right. All right, Chris Lopez live at that recovery scene in Macedon for us this morning. Thank you, Chris.
New this midday, a woman is dead after a car was recovered from a pond in Macedon this morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie Joseph. Authorities say that vehicle veered off the road around 4 a.m. on State Route 31F between Wilcox and Canandaigua roads. Our crew on scene saw responders in scuba gear going into the water. Deputies say they recovered the vehicle, which was still occupied by the woman. The identity of the driver has not been released as authorities work to contact her family. This is a developing story, and we will bring you any updates on air and online at 13wham.com.
From your breaking news and weather authority, this is 13 Wham News at 6.
We begin tonight with new details on a terrifying scene in Wayne County. A woman's body recovered after her car plunged into a pond. Good evening, I'm Matt Malloy. Authorities now identifying that victim as 57-year-old Robin Sardone. Investigators still working to piece together exactly what happened. 13 Wham's Carly Miner joins us now with the very latest. Carly, good evening.
Good evening, Matt. Deputies say the driver was the only person in that vehicle and was pronounced dead at the scene. Our morning crew noted it was extremely foggy around the time of that crash. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office is investigating a fatal crash that occurred in Macedon early Wednesday morning. Deputies identified the driver and victim as 57-year-old Robin Sardone of Macedon.
That's Macedon Center, South Macedon, Macedon County Ambulance, Route 31F and Hance Road for the vehicle into the water. There is a driver still in the vehicle, and we have them on the line.
Deputies say the victim's 911 call came in around 4 a.m.
Chevy crews in the pond. Stacy's still in the water.
Police say it appears Sardone was traveling southbound on Hance Road when she failed to navigate the intersection of Hance and Route 31F. That's when the car veered off the road and crashed into the retention pond just south of the intersection. Several first responders from various agencies were at the scene assisting with the investigation.
Having trouble locating the car. Water's too murky to get a reflection.
13 WHAM was on scene for several hours before the car was found.
It is occupied, and we're in the process of removing that vehicle from the water now.
The vehicle was recovered from the water around 9 a.m. by members of the Wayne County Sheriff's dive team. Sardone was the only person in the car and was pronounced deceased on scene. According to deputies, the victim's family has been notified and an investigation is ongoing. Matt?
Also tonight, friends and family are remembering a Wayne County woman killed after her car plunged into a pond this morning.
I spent not enough time with her, but I'll tell you this: she was kind, caring, friendly.
57-year-old Robin Sardone of Macedon was known by many as a devoted mother and a woman of strong faith. Good evening, I'm Matt Malloy. Karen is off. 13 WHAM's Daniel Finkelstein spoke to members of her church family tonight, reflecting on her life. Daniel, good evening.
Good evening to you as well, Matt. Friends of Sardone I spoke with tonight say they're shocked about what happened. Friends of Robin Sardone are remembering her as kind, joyful, and full of life.
She loved dancing. She loved going to the state fair. She loved boating. She was always proud of her daughter's accomplishments.
I really hope that they honor her as she was a very strong woman and very patient and kind. And she carried a lot of joy in her heart. And that's not something that you can fake.
The Wayne County Sheriff's Office says it appears Sardone was traveling southbound on Hance Road around 4 o'clock Wednesday morning when she failed to navigate the intersection of Hance at Route 31F. That's when her car veered off the road and crashed into a retention pond.
Her daughter is her world, and this is absolutely devastating.
Father Jim Trimble leads St. John's Episcopal in Honey Eye Falls, where Robin attended services with her daughter. He says both were baptized last year and lived faithfully, working hard and enjoying friends made in that tight-knit community.
Together, they were a force. They were fairly new to the church, and wanted to know so much more about their faith, about their relationship with God, about the church, and things like that.
Robin's friends say her character will be deeply missed.
She was genuine. What you saw was what you got with Robin, and she was a great soul. And I just hope that they continue to honor the beauty that she brought to this world.
Calling hours and funeral arrangements are being made. Robin's friends say there will be a service at her church in Honey Eye Falls, so her family, friends, and church family can say their goodbyes. Matt, back to you.